SHERO Show. I'm the host and my name is Yuven Shin. Today we are going to have a main question about North Korean defectors, which are what do we know, why should we care, and what can we do? Therefore, we will answer these questions through the whole talk show. We have two special guests from North Korea and two experts and one student who will help our talk show. Now let's discuss about what do we know about the situation of North Koreans through Eunhae and Sumin. Hello Eunhae, can you tell your story to the audience?
Hello, my name is Eunhae Lee. I'm from Gyeongsang in North Korea. And it was really hard to survive every day. So I came here 2 years ago. And now I attend career school, which is specialized for North Korean defector students. I was born in a small village where any assistance is received. So I go and walk to the village well to earn water. And as there is no heating system, my parents and I should sleep hugging together to keep warm. And lots of houses are built by people with sand, so when it rains too much, it sometimes collapses. And at school, I first learned about Kim Jong-il and Kim Il-sung. Above that, my school assignments are to bring iron and rubber and etc. Some of my friends are taken to concentration camps because of some trivial reasons, such as stealing potatoes or listening to South Korean broadcasting.
Wow, that's really shocking. I also heard that in North Korea, poverty is a big problem. Can you explain this, Professor Toyu?
Yeah, thank you. There is a survey conducted by American Institute for Economic Research shows that there are 32% of North Koreans suffer malnutrition problem and 18% of children under 5 years old are undernourished.
Then what is the real situation inside North Korea? Can you explain this?
Yeah, as you know, poverty problem is so severe. Exactly 40 kernels of grain at a meal is provided, but even some people are not allowed to get that, so everything they can eat can be their food, such as pigeons, mouse, and snakes in the road.
Wow, that's such a poor condition to live. Thank you for sharing your experience. Sumin, can you also share your experience with us?
Hello, I'm Kim Sumin, and I'm a North Korean. I lived in North Korea for 13 years. I'm talking about my 13 years experience. I was completely unaware of the outside because there was neither television nor internet access. We were only taught to respect Kim Jong-il as the god of the nation and to kill South Koreans, Japanese, and Americans. Public execution was a common thing. People were executed if they were caught stealing or killing cows or even just watching Hollywood movies. When I was 9 years old, my friend's mother was publicly executed just because she watched a Hollywood movie. That really made me sad.
That's really a serious problem. Actually, in North Korea, mainly poverty and public execution is a violation of human rights. Can you explain for this, Professor Sora?
This system is one that violates the basic human rights of North Koreans. The government punishes those who are curious about the outside world because it threatens their own system. They include torture, execution, and political prison camps. The most brutal institutions would probably be the political prison camps that hold 80,000 to 120,000 people living on starvation rations and subject to hard labor.
Well, I think this is also the reason of why we should solve this problem. Then Sumin, what difficulties did you face during the escape? I saw some articles that this is a hard process at the risk of death.
I escaped from North Korea with my mother by crossing frozen river and 3 mountains. It was a very dreadful night, I must say, because we were escaping by risking our lives. If we were caught, then we would be sent back to North Korea and tortured and publicly executed. We were lucky enough that we didn't get caught. After we reached China, we had to be very, very careful so that the Chinese officers wouldn't catch us and send us back to North Korea. However, one day, Chinese traffickers caught us, and he blackmailed us that he would send us back to North Korea if we don't do what he ordered us to do. We were afraid, very afraid. So we were like slaves to him. We did whatever he ordered us to do so that he doesn't send us back to North Korea. After living 1 year in China, we escaped China and reached South Korea through Mongolia, traveling through Gobi Desert. And finally, now we are here in South Korea.
So we listened about the situation of North Korea and how the process of living goes on. I believe this has helped you to understand the answer of what do we know about North Korean defectors. Now let's have a discuss in depth. For this, we have another special guest, Sora Choi and Yu Jung from Ewha Women's University. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
I would like to start the discussion right away. As we heard the circumstance of North Korean defectors, let's discuss why should we care with Professor Sora.
So why should we care? Why is it a global social problem? Before I list some reasons, I'd like to ask the audience. Did you guys know about these stories of 2 North Korean defectors? Not many of you, I suppose. So what you might be curious is why we need to care and why is it a global social problem? It is a global social problem because it affects the neighboring countries. Most of the time, the routes of defectors have to go through neighboring countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Mongolia, China, and so on. If we continue to be indifferent for this issue, it might fall into unfortunate incidents like the European migrant crisis. In order for us to prevent such massive inflows of refugees and defectors, not only Korea but also other countries need to come together to cooperate. As a result, with the human rights issues all resolved, we are able to reach the Sustainable Development Goals in a safe, peace environment. Also, we need to care for it is our duty as human beings to guarantee the least opportunity as humans. People are born with 6 different basic rights. Rights to life, rights to freedom, rights to equality, rights to pursue happiness, rights to personal dignity, and right to know. For several decades, we have been fighting for justice and equality, for better world and better society that people will all be satisfied with. But before the society, it comes to people, and it is our obligation to guarantee those rights. Because of the incorrect ideas established within our society, it is also very important for us to be concerned with this issue. People have the type of negative bias toward North Koreans without trying to understand their own conditions. Let's watch a video regarding this problem.
처음 갔던 초등학교에서 들은 말이 뭔 줄 아나? 빨갱이였다, 빨갱이. 북한 말이라도 쓰면 힐끔힐끔 쳐다보는 사람들. 옷이라도 허름하게 입으면 수근수근거리는 아들. 처음 보자마자 얼마나 굶었냐고, 진짜 굶었냐고 물어보던 게 그게 너네였어. 처음 친한 친구가 너였다. 근데 내가 북한에서 왔다 그러면 너도 다른 아들처럼 나를 욕하고 싫어할 줄 알았다.
북에서 왔던 남에서 왔던 너랑 친구했을 거고 너를 선입견을 가진 건 정말 우리뿐이었니?
With more and more people being concerned with such issues, people should have a moment
Many people are holding
different thoughts about reunification. According to the survey, they didn't care at all. By caring about and dealing with the North Korean human rights, we are able to have serious moments of thoughts about what truly is to be reunified.
Now, everybody would come up with the question, then what can we do? For this, Professor Zhou Yu will help us.
Thank you. This is a global issue that needs multinational cooperation, and I would like to divide the actors into three groups: governments, international institutions, and individuals. As government includes South Korea and other third countries, they need to provide legal refugee status to the defectors and do not repatriate them. And South Korea is a good example because the government has already provided some financial and education support to help them adjust to the new life. And international institutions as UN and NGOs, they can take advantages of the influence of media and do some campaign to expose the human rights problem in North Korea. And they can raise the public awareness worldwide, and they can guarantee the security of the defectors in foreign countries by urging the government to acknowledge defectors as refugees. As individuals, we need to raise our awareness to this problem and do something to support the NGO's activity, like a donation or something else. And as what Professor Sora mentioned before, education is a very important thing to form a correct opinion to the defectors. People should be taught to have no negative bias against the defectors, but we should accept the cultural and cognition differences rather than treat them abnormally. This are what I thought about solve the problem. Thank you.
Thanks for some practical solutions. As for this, I want to know some others' question to think about this more deeply. Hi, Yunyao.
Hi. Listening to the talk show, I'm shocked to hear how much swimming has suffered in China. Do you think it is possible for the Chinese government to start legally accepting North Koreans?
Thank you for your question first. Personally, as a Chinese, I would like that the Chinese government can start to provide protection for the refugees. However, if I think it from state terms, it is more of a political issue that including the diplomatic relationship with North Korean government. So if we're thinking that the official refugee status were given to the defectors, there will be thousands of defectors streams into northeastern of China, and this may causing like similar refugee crisis that Europe is currently facing. This is harm to the domestic stability in China. What I want to say more is that officially the Chinese government deport the refugees they catch overtly. However, in reality, there are many underground accessible networks that can get the defectors get across the border of China to get them survive in China. So, which the Chinese officials often turn a blind eye to. So I think there are many other ways defectors can do. So, but still, I hope the Chinese government can solve this problem one day. Thank you.
We finally talked about how the situation related to North Korean defectors is going on, why we should care this as a global problem, and what we can do. Thank you.